To those who feel as though that they do not belong, and to those who feel as though that the world is supposedly relying on jealousy and heartlessness and betrayal, this is definitely a high concern for me, something exceedingly significant, something that I do want to address to the people who do feel alone in society and want friends to talk to and be helpful to. With that, I want to address one question that you all need to think about. Where are my friends? And are they there for me? First off, I have a story for you, and this is not just a story that is beyond real. It is something that just happened that allowed me to feel inspired to inquire about that question, and it is this. I had ghosted a person that I really wanted to connect with, and I told them about my developmental condition. And with that, I talked about my interests, supposedly some of them like poetry, songwriting, and filmmaking, which is beyond anything that is supposedly connecting to a future occupation. But when they heard that, they immediately told me that, you know, you do not fit in this group. I'm sorry, but you don't fit in. We're going to have to put you down. Have a good rest of your day. And I'm not being hard on you. Let me say this to you. Let me say something to the people who supposedly think that betrayal is a good idea for someone with a developmental condition. It is this. You disgust me. Do not switch that dial. You immediately disgust me. And why is it that betrayal is a good idea for you? Is it going to suit the other person? Is it going to suit their needs? Because all they need is a friend. All they need is a significant friend, not a significant other. Not a girlfriend, but someone who cares about them. Someone who will be a friend without an end. We all know that friendships do not last. We all know that friendships are not going to last very long, for a certain amount of time. We know that friendships are going to go on for a short time. But how are you going to extend that? How are you going to bestow an extensive amount of time to that individual and proceed to continue with that relationship with your friends, your circle? If you accidentally put down a friendship that you want to rebuild, go ahead. Take them by the hand and allow them to hear what you gotta say. But as a matter of fact, let them say this. Hey, I know that I've been going through tough times thinking about you, and I know that you've been thinking about me too. But I just want to say this. I did forget about you, and I want to rebuild the relationship and start remembering you again. Like days gone by. That will help them, and that will immediately help them feel connected again. That will make them feel grounded in their circle. And if this is true, if this is necessarily true, let me say this to the neurodivergent people and the autistic population. Let me say this. If you feel as though that you do not belong, if you feel as though that friends did put you down because you're different, you speak different, you think differently, you observe the world differently, you perceive things differently from others, you sing differently, you poeticize differently, you write differently, you acquire a certain language, I take it back, acquire a certain dialect different from other people, then if you've been betrayed by all of that, then let me say this. Try harder. You're gonna get somebody who's gonna put you down. Try again. You better try again. Look around for other friends. Look around for somebody who doesn't feel as though they feel as though that they do not commingle within the bounds of this society. Just walk, look around, find friends that you want to commingle with. Find somebody who has the same interests as you, let alone a certain aspect of you that is rather connected in such a way. But I want you all to think of this question once more. Where are my friends? And are they there for me? And to that I say, they are. They are absolutely there for you. And people, we've got a problem. We've got a problem with relationships today. And it is all of these scenarios regarding jealousy, betrayal, abuse, disconnection, and misanthropy. All of that is beyond me. It is significantly beyond me. I know factually that whatever it takes to allow that person to feel betrayed by that person, but whose fault is that? Whose fault is to bestow that betrayal to that person? Whose fault is that? And now you're going to mock a person just because of the way they look, the way they talk, the way they walk, the way they walk that talk. You gotta stop, man. You gotta stop. They're all going to look at you funny if you keep mocking them and keep walking that talk. If you believe, let me say this, listen to me. If you believe that the people do not care about you, if you feel as though that you've been put down, if you feel as though that you've been betrayed, walk around. Find somebody. Look at someone and find that person. They're going to come into your life if you want other friends to join you in your circle, and if you feel that you are alone, you're not. You are never alone. By gosh, you are never alone. And by way of theory, if you feel as though that you are alone, find a brother. Find somebody who will commingle with you and thus strengthen a fellowship with you. Find somebody. Find somebody who will blend in with your circle. Find somebody who will paint the town for you. And turn it upside down. And let the world revolve around the world. Allow that to happen. Let a big tree spruce from the roots and nourish into something like a web. Something worldly, something godly, something spiritual, something spiritually connected within the roots of fellowship. Find it. Find that trait. And thus, you will find the perfect relationship, the perfect friendship to build your circle around. Find your polyad of hands. Find your hands. Find those hands and let them connect. Join them. Join their circle. And if you feel that you are alone and lonesome and feel isolated in the world, get up. Walk out your door. Tell your friends. Tell your people. Tell your circle. Allow them to commingle. And allow that relationship to nourish. Allow it to spruce. Allow it to feel as though it is bestowing a blend, a colorful blend. And if you feel that your life is monochromatic and grayscale, find a rainbow. Find a fellowship that is of that rainbow. All of the colors of the rainbow. It is like race, culture, religion, beliefs, speculations, theories, connections, all of that. And if you want to build a relationship of whom, or if you want to find a relationship that acquires spiritual, godly, good friends, or supposedly best friends, find them. Find those people of whom you want to commingle with. Let them cooperate. Let them socialize with you. If you feel hurt in the past, allow them to listen. Allow them to hear your story, your side of the story. But with that, ask yourself this one question, and they'll come. Ask yourself this question. Where are my friends? And are they there for me?